Hello everybody, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I am bringing to you another material about Pacific War, a great game from Mark Herman, depicting on the pretty tactical level, but also in the strategic level, the war in the Pacific during Second World War. Just a reminder, we already played all the engagement scenarios, so let me just read them to you. We played all the engagement scenarios, and we now play with the battle scenarios. We covered Relief of the Wake Island as an exemplary scenario, and then we jumped to the 9th Indian Ocean Adventure. I think this is a very good scenario for learning purposes. Today we continue with learning scenarios, and we'll go, surprise, surprise, to the 10, the Aleutians. I think this is a really good scenario to still for the teaching purposes. Not too many units, not too many action, like for example in some of the scenarios like Midway or and other big battles. So I'm treating this as a really good learning opportunity. Let me tell you a little more about this scenario. Okay, this is scenario book. It will take part only here. You see the Japan, you see the Alaska, you see the Aleutians, yeah? So what is the situation? We have May 1942, and the Japanese will try to attack here, Aleutians. This is an attack which was simultaneous with the Battle of Midway. They split actually their forces. As you can see, they had here like two carriers, yeah, not too many, but still two carriers were here. Let me read what we have. It's not a big scenario. It's for 1-2 hours. We would have 28 hours, 28 days of operation. And now an important thing. The scenario says use the weather. The weather is actually the rule which is not in the battle scenarios nor engagement scenarios, only in those large campaign or strategic scenarios. But here, due to the weather conditions, we really need to use it. So you would need to familiarize yourself with this. It's not very difficult chapter about weather. It will have impact on first of all, searching for naval units, and second of all, possibility of the air units to start. Here we have the weather map. I put it here. We are in the North Pacific, and we'll be rolling. For May, we roll here. For June, we roll here. So we can have squall, we can have fog, or we can have clear. And depending on what we roll, in May it's not so easy to get clear, 0-1, but in June it's already 0-4. That is why I'm starting the operation here. So I'm allowing myself 14 days of May and 14 days of June, because we would have different rolls. I usually started the month beginning at 0, but I took my own conscious decision, okay, if we have different weathers in May and in June, let's split 50% of operation in one month, 50% of operation in the second month. Another thing which I deliberately did is activations for the grant units. When I checked in the vassal module, it was 2. I'm not sure why. The rule says that with 28 days operation, you have 4 activations. This battle activations for grant units. So I put it as this. Okay, for the special rules, again, as in all battle scenarios, all units has to be legally deactivated, otherwise they will be sunk. We'll be checking for other conditions. This is what I said. We'll have this one submarine attack during the game. This will be with a strength of 2, and we add 1 to all submarine attacks due to the rough sea. So really low chances that we'll hit anything. Important victory conditions. Japan decisively wins if they capture Ato and Kiska. These are those two points, and sink more capital ships than they lose. The capital ships, just to remind you, are the battleships and air carriers. So these are the main capital ships. And the Japanese marginal capture either of those two. So add or Kiska and sink more capital ships. US marginal sink more capital ships than they lose. And US decisive, no Japanese ground forces on Atu or Kiska. Draw any other result. Just checking, yeah, we still need to put the hits on the units because I don't see them ready yet. CAD 8 has like 4 hits. CAD 10 has like 5 hits. It doesn't mean that there are so many losses here. It just means that maybe they didn't have so many plays available. CL6 has 2 hits. CA4 has 3 hits, and that should be in CA4, yes. It should have 3 hits, 2 hits, 3 hits. That should be all, yeah. And yeah, for Americans, Brooklyn with 2 hits, CL5, good, or maybe not so good. And other than that, also the planes, pretty few of them. There are like 4 hits in this for those and 4 for those. We start with the 2 large forces, 3 actually. This is Japan force, and here we have 1 force over here and 2nd force over here. We will of course form task forces pretty quickly. We have some small bases here, also small bases here, so this will be the places for the activation. I think we have everything what we need. A couple of things which you need for this game. First of all, you need the rules about amphibious transport and assault, so 23.8. This is one of the things important. You will need the ground unit movement and ground unit combat, so chapter 23.1. It's also good to remember about task force composition, so chapter 2.5.12. For example, the limitations, who can be in the screen, who can be in the core, how many ships you can have, maximum 6 capital ships and 4 non-capital ships in a unit you can put, and other rules. I think we are past all steps. So now it's time to start. We start, of course, with weather. It's not visible on the battle scenarios, but as you know, we need to use it. And we roll for May. We roll 9. The 9 means that we will be, it's May, we will have squall. And let me just tell you what does it mean. It's probably will not change anything in this turn, but for you to know. Squall, add 2 to the die roll when searching for enemy naval units. And we'll be rolling for weather condition at the beginning of every battle cycle, and every time we'll enter this day space here. One thing which I forgot to mention about the game setup, the operational intelligence condition is ambush. Americans know they are coming. They intercepted the code and the informations about their route. So what does it mean? First of all, the reaction player, the Americans can stop the move of the Japanese at any moment during this operating player contact phase, and then they can move double the space they moved. So just let us remember. Let us start. We start here, operation player contact. We first need to form the task force. This will be task force 1. It will consist of those ships. We would have, first of all, 2 ships, 2 carriers here, cars. This will be 1, and we will be moving the ground units. Let me just put it below with this amphibious assault unit. And in the screen, what the trick is that we don't have enough, space to put all those ships. We can have only 4 of those here. So we potentially can split this into and attack 2. We can split them here, here, and here. That way. So that way we might have more possibilities to get there. Let me see just about it. Here will be screen. We can use also destroyers as transports, which is kind of a cool thing. So maybe let me do it like this. I'm not saying with optimal setup at this moment in time, but we try. We really try. That way we are giving too much, I think. So light cruisers, 2 light cruisers and cruiser, and cruiser destroyer. And let's do it like this. That way we would have 2 task forces. Sorry for this. Remember, you can have maximum 4 non-capital ships in task force. And now they will sail. I will move 2 at the same time. So those 2 sail here. This is the first day. That means that we already move 1 day forward. And that also means that we roll for the weather. Not that it changes anything and can search anything, but just to remember 4 and May, that means we have fog. I will read you what does it mean. So there could be a random air mission cancellation. Each plane which you would like to launch will roll a die, and if we roll less than 3 times its level, they cancel their flight. No air missions can be undertaken in dusk or night lighting, and we add 3 to the die roll when searching for enemy naval units. We will not be stopping for another 3 moves. 1, 2, 3. So we move here. 1, 2, 3. We have another day passing. Okay, as Americans, we should have now enough reach to embark and sail to Atu and Kiska. So I think we can use now the ambush. So we are using the ambush, and we can move, if I remember correctly, double the number of moved hexes. Just quickly verifying to make sure that I'm not telling wrong things. Yeah, if a condition is ambush, the reaction player can halt the operation player's naval movement at any time, even if the naval marker is still in 0. And whether, even if it's at 0. And what we can do, for example, with naval units, each activated task force can be moved a maximum number of hexes equal to twice the number of hexes moved by the operational player. First of all, we form the task force here. It will be the first task force. And this task force would have, first of all, they will take those guys on board here in the car, and those would be in the screen. And of course, I should bring all those hits with them, and I didn't. Sorry for this. Quickly checking Nachi CA4. CA4 Nachi is here. 3 hits. And then we have 2 hits on Nagara CL6. Good. And here we had 2 hits on Brooklyn CL5. CL5. Now, what they will do, As a first move, I will move here. Then another troop will embark here. As a second move, they sail here. No, search, it's too far away. Third move, they sail here. Fourth move, they sail here. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ideally. And during this contact phase, we cannot disembark. Yeah, so we cannot do it. That's all here. Do we want to do any moves with those planes? We could potentially, during those contact phases, also move the planes. Each activated air unit can move from one friendly air installation to another and can then move again. The air units cannot move within 2 hexes of an enemy. Okay. So I think we want to bring those guys, all of them. Actually, we can bring all those planes here by simply moving this force here. But do we have the airfield there? That's a good question. We don't have an installation here. We have potential for installation, but yeah, we don't have it. I might have it wrong, but I think we need an installation in order to be able to bring them forward. Okay, so this was the reaction player contact. Now the lightning. The Japanese can set up the lightning where they are. They say, okay, we don't care now. Maybe we would love to change it later. So just roll a die. 3 means day PM. So we are here. This was the lightning. Now advantage determination. Whoever rolls more has an advantage. The Japanese have an advantage, so they simply sail 2 hexes forward. And can we do searches? I don't believe we can. Resource movement, no mission, no combat, bombardment. Yeah. So we would have bombardment, no bombardment, ground, airfield, rally, disadvantage movement. So during the disadvantage movement, we disembark one of those guys, and disembarking actually takes one of those activations. Then we sail to here. Do we want to do anything else? Let me just check amphibious movement. Yes, we can disembark those guys here. Good. And that will conclude this day to forward. Lightning, we go to dusk. We should roll, first of all, for the weather. Of course, 1. Oh my goodness, it's clear. It's clear. Not that it changes anything yet, but it's clear. Advantage determination. Now the Japanese are again first, so they slowly but steadily move here. What the Americans will do, I think they will create another task force. Let me just find any task force. Okay, cannot find other than task force for the Americans. Sorry, I need this for Americans. So we create task force 4, and we have those guys here, and they will simply sail away to that direction, and task force 1 goes here. And Japanese already moved forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and 2. Yeah, everything's right. So we just go through all of this. 2 more days passed. and we are here. The question is how many days do we need as Japanese to come back from here? That's important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5. So yeah, we still have a lot of days to do it. We moved forward. Lightning. We have night. Advantage, determination. Americans are first. Would Americans do something? No. And we need to start pulling our search charts soon. Let me just see the range during the night. I believe it's much shorter than during the day. Yeah, this is 6 hexes for Japanese, and this is 4 hexes for the US. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not yet. So the Americans does nothing, and Japanese, they move here. None of the sites would like to search. Move here, and now they could potentially search, but as a disadvantage movement, that will not change anything, because even if they found themselves, we will have deactivation moments. So not deactivation, but detection removal. So that doesn't make sense to search now. 2 days has passed. We are again at the lightning. We are in day AM. And now it already can get interesting. Americans are first. Would they try to search? Not. Yes, they will search most probably during the move of the Japanese. So nothing here, and disadvantage movement. They move here, and they will move here, and now both sides will search. First of all, Americans. We have plane here, and we have here, so all of those can search. Search for the task force 1. The range is 1 to 3 during the day, so up to 4. Yes, task force 1 is found. Task force 2. We are searching for this. Up to 4, also found. Both are found. Good. Now they are searching for task force 1, and the range is sorry, it was up to 3. This is the Americans. I of course looked at the wrong. Only 1 is found. The Japanese have on the 3 hexes. I'm messing this up. On the range of 3 hexes, both sides found themselves on the roll from 0 to 4. So now we are searching from here to here. Also, they are found. So this task force is also found. Now let me think what Japanese would like to do. They will, I think, launch a strike. So they will launch an airstrike here. That plane and that plane. Against the task force, we roll for coordination. We need to roll up to 3 because it's L1, and we have clear. Remember, no, this is not a coordinated attack. Now we roll for the regular air mission sequence. So the first thing would be, of course, checking if they are spotted, and this would be checked in hex. So for the US air, they during the day search for naval is 8, search for air is 6. So we just roll and check. Yeah, we managed to found them. Do we have cap? No, but we have flag, and the flag is 4, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be like 1 hit, unless they roll pretty poorly. It will be flag versus air. Rolling. Yes, this is 1. Just let me check if it's not. This is not more. Flag versus air. 4. It was 4. 1. It's 1. Okay. So we flip those guys to 5, and both of them. Sorry, it was not 4 because he has 2 hits, so it was 3. But still, yeah, 1 gives a hit. Now they both strike against the task force, and we target, let's say, CA5. So this cruiser. This is the strength 8, minus 5 is 3, and this will be 6 minus 5, it will be 1. So on 3 first, and then on 1. On 3, 0. My goodness. 0 on 3. It's 2 hits and possibility for critical hit, so it's unexpected. It's pretty much unexpected. And now we roll. Now we roll for the critical hit. Everything above 5. 9. Okay, guys, I'm not making this up. 3 additional hits. What a disaster for the Allied forces. What a calamity. That ship is now crippled. Yeah. It's not the end. Now those guys attack. 0 to 1. My goodness. Okay, I love this game. It sometimes goes such a way. So 1 here. It's 1 hit. And I believe no, they both were targeting him. We didn't need to roll. As you see, guys, this is 5, so they were already sunk. So those super experienced guys sank the cruiser Portland. Portland was just sunk. As simple as this. A very efficient attack. I believe those were here, and those were here, but let me check. You see, this is the numbers do not match, just like with Kido Butai, where you had it really easily. CL1 and then CAD1, CL2, CAD2. Yeah, so CAD8 is with Ryuyo. Okay, here. So it was worth attack. It was worth losing this one plane. Okay, that's it. Now we remove those markers that we found them. We move 2 days forward, and we start from the lightning. And with weather. The weather was very important, of course. So first of all, weather. The weather is 7, so it will be squall. Squall. Add 2 to the die roll when searching for enemy naval units. Okay, fine. And now we go to the lightning we have. No, we go to the lightning, we go to the random. Do we want to move 2 forward? This is what Japanese can still do as an operational player, but no. Let's move to like this. 0 is knight. There will be no fight because we have knight. Good. Advantage determination, whatever happens. By the way, guys, during, of course, those 2 last cycles, this task force just disappeared here. I will have advantage Japanese, and they will move here. Okay, Americans will need to do something about it. They do not search, there will be no fight, so there is no need for any searches. Will Americans do something? No. 2 more days passing. And now the interesting things will start to happen. Very interesting things. No. First and foremost, we need to check the weather. It can have a huge impact on what will be going on. Still May, we rolled 9, so this is squall, so +2 to search for naval units. And now a huge roll. First of all, it's the advantage determination. It's a really huge roll. Japanese goes first because 2 9s operating player is first. I think what they would like to do is attack here, Kiska. Definitely they would like to sail here. Of course, there will be search from both sides, as I assume. On +2, let's remember, so we have we have planes here and planes here. So 2 searches from American. We are searching now on the range 2 during the day. So this is during the day. 2 hexes. I think I again previously used this for the searches. Sorry. Planes, 2 hexes. It's up to 4. It's up to 2 due to the squall. Task Force 1. Task Force 2. None of them is found. Now, looking for Task Force 1. 2 hexes away. We look at the planes. 2 hexes up to 4. So minus 2. 2 zeros up to 2. Nobody sees anybody. Okay, that happens. Actually, we could try to find them. My goodness, with those grant units. Yeah, I didn't thought about it. Sorry for this. Now, advanced movement. We had advanced air mission. So for air mission, we would like to strike those guys. We would like to break them. Why? Because when we will be doing amphibious assault, we would have anyhow half of our quality. So we want them also to have half of their quality. How to do it? We declare airstrike. We fly both of those planes. Yes. Now we try to detect them. American detection in hex up to 6. Oh, they are not detected. So we would have first designate strike, strike and strafe, and only then flag, and no cap. There will be no cap anyhow. So both of them attack. Those guys attack with a strength of 2, 7 minus 5, and those with a strength. No, sorry, the grant is the last one. This is the anti-air, so the grant is the last one. Double checking. Playing so many games that sometimes. Yeah, I am messing this up. Anti-grant 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus 5. That's actually -1, so below 0. So 4 chances. We need to roll 0 and 1 up to 4, if I remember. So first of all, catch 10. This is 0, 1. Close. And now cut 8. No luck. So now the anti-air, and yeah, we have a base here. No, we don't have a base here. So there is no flag combat. There's no flag combat. They come back. No hits. But now, guys, we go to the naval. But after the naval combat, we have bombardment, and this will be huge because we should have some good planes to bombard. This is bombardment 2. This is bombardment 4. Those are hits, so this is bombardment 1, this is bombardment 2, and this is bombardment 2. And destroyer, bombardment 2. Let's try. The bombardment, when we look here at the results table, it's here with a search. We have bombardment versus ground unit. We have T, that means troop check, troop quality check, 31-4. And just to remind everybody, and myself too, that means whenever a troop quality check is called for, roll the die and compare the die result to the troop quality of a selected ground unit. If the die roll is equal or less than the unit's troop quality, the unit passes check. If the die roll is greater, when the unit fails. Okay, fine. Now let's start bombardment. B4 up to 4. Yes, we hit, and we don't have, of course, critical hits. And I will not be rolling any more times because you can do only one troop quality. So this was 4, 0. I believe this is here, troop quality, no hit. By the way, how much strength do we have in our units? Not too many. You see, this is one step, this is one step, and these are the 3 steps. So that could be really painful. But yeah, anyhow, we need to try to do it. That's the goal of the game. Pity that we didn't manage to bombard them. No, sorry, we didn't check it here. So the troop quality check, 5, so we pass. And now we move to the ground combat. Yeah, both of those guys jump here. Okay, and they using, because they disembark, the rations. Yes, it will be now important about use. This is called battle cycle move marker. Yeah, amount of ground combat and moves. Now I'm just opening the reference to be yes, disembarking costs. And those guys, as per the rules, reaction should have 2. That is why in Vassal we have the reaction player as 2. That does not change anything. They will be anyhow sitting here, like not doing anything. So this is it. Now the troop quality would be halved, and I think it will be halved to 4. Let me just double check it. This is what I remember. Round up. Yeah, exactly. Now, so we need now our table, this table. Let me try not to destroy anything here. So the attacker troop quality will be 4, the defender troop quality will be 6. So this is 8. 4 to 6 is 8. So this is that column. How many steps would we have? We would have steps 1 to 5 steps. So this would be this first column. That's a pity. We would prefer some other column, of course. Good. And now we'll be rolling. The first column shows you the attacker losses. The second shows you the defender losses. Mandatory attacker retreat is here. Mandatory defender retreat is here. So this will be a big roll. If we lose a battle, yeah, we lose additional BCM. That's what I remember. And we have always optional retreat. Okay, do we have any modification that doesn't look like any other? It looks like mixed, I think. Pardon my eyes, I'm not sure. This is clear, this is mixed. So if it's mixed, I believe we will be modifying the role. If a combat occurs in a mixed or mountain hex, 3 columns to the left. How on the earth they planned to survive and they win this? Yeah, that's a good question. Only by outmaneuvering the Americans, I think. Okay, -3 to the roll. Yes, 3 columns to the left. 3 columns to the left, even more. So from 8 we go to 5. So we started with 8, I believe, yeah. We go 1, 2, 3 here, and we have to attack. My goodness, my goodness. America. This is Japanese. Let us check. Rolling. 7. That's here. This is a 2 hits. Both units are destroyed. Kirak. Let me put them here. And that's unfortunately not much more for the Japanese. They failed. They can still try to attack the ships, but when I'm looking at the victory conditions, US decisive, no Japanese ground forces on Ato or Kiska. As you can see, we don't have any at this moment in time. What can the Americans do? I believe they should simply sail out and run away. And then we would move with today's. Should Japanese try to catch them? Yeah, they still have some opportunity to do it. So let us try. We will be changing the month. We go to June. We roll for the weather. What a disaster with this landing. The weather is 7. It's in June. 7 is fog. Fantastic. We move to the random determination of the lightning. 4 is day PM, and we now roll for the advantage determination. See, guys, if we have broken those units here, the broken would be 3 here, 4 here, and we would be rolling on 11, even with the 3 columns shift. But still, okay, we would need, as Japanese survive first battle, then we would have a full quality 7, and potentially if we manage again with the bombardment break the land units, we'll be rolling 7 versus 3 on 14. So there was a chance, but unfortunately it didn't pay out. So the Japanese are first, so they definitely move 2 hexes closer, and both sides will search for each other. And I believe we have this fog, so we have add 3 to the roll. So despite this being only 1 hex away, normally 5, but with 1 hex away, we roll on 0, 1, and 2 to find them. And would it be the same for Americans? Let me just check here. Yes, 5. So 0, 1, 2. Both sides look for task force 1. Nobody found anybody. So Americans now try to go away. Maybe they will manage to do it. And we need to remember that in a moment, we go another day. The Japanese will need to still to return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 9 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So maximum they can go up to here. Then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maximum go here. Yeah. Let's see. So that was June. We moved forward. Now we roll for the weather. 5, the same. This is still a fog. We are at dusk, and during the fog, no air missions can be undertaken. So, regardless of what we roll, Japanese are first. So we jump here. The Americans jump here. That actually shortens our span about 1 day, and Japanese will now need to retreat. Yeah, because what we do, we go to the night, we roll for the weather, we move this 2 days forward, and that's even if with a clear weather, it will be clear. We need to come back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5. Yeah, so this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 8, 10. Yes, should be fine because we have 414. So guys, that concludes this scenario. It was at the beginning very successful for the Japanese because they managed to sink 1 of the ships, but then we had a disaster when trying amphibious assault. This amphibious assault was possible immediately because there were no naval ships. If there would be any naval ships, we would not be able to unload them so quickly. There was a chance to bombard, and we managed to bombard this group here, and they didn't broke, and that was really the problem why it didn't work out. Thank you for being with me today here. I will continue with those battle scenarios. We have 2 more in this area. We have Kiska convoy here, with Japanese actually occupying a lot of the space. And then we would have the last one, operation, what kind? Land crab. So operation land crab when the US will be taking this up. So stay with me, guys, for another battle scenario in the series. If you like this video, please give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, I strongly encourage you to subscribe. Thank you for today, and hear from you soon. Thank you. Bye.